One. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday stream here for the NHL, NBA, and college basketball world. We got some news as well as some picks and previews live here on Rumble, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Lots to look forward to as we get into this week here, February, March 6th here, as we're live talking about the NHL, the college basketball, and the NBA. So let's start it off with the NHL. Jumping into our power rankings here for this week. They are as followed. The number 5, Dallas Stars. Number 4, the Winnipeg Jets. Number 3, the New York Rangers. Number 2, the Vancouver Canucks. And number 1, the Florida Panthers. Boys, Mackie, Huff, what do you guys got for me this week here? Coming out of the NHL, what do you have?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear Florida's the best team in the league right now. I mean, they're just absolutely rolling. Sam Reinhart, goal machine. He put up 2 against the Rangers in like a minute and a half, and they obviously Rangers lost that game 3-2. But yeah, they're just rolling. They coming in New York. Obviously, the Rangers top 5 team right now. I think we have them at 3. Get a win on the road, so that was huge. Yeah, they're just really not showing any weaknesses right now.
Yeah, Florida, and then obviously we'll kind of allude to what we're going to get into. The trade deadline news going on. They get Tarasenko today. Florida's loading up. There was rumors they were going to go after Gensel, so more likely than not going to get him as well. But, you add a guy like Tarasenko to the best team in the league. He was kind of lost up there in Ottawa, when he was Mac, he was a Ranger last year, right? Am I correct on that?
Trade deadline move.
You guys loaded up with him. Yeah, him and Kane.
I
was gonna say, he's one of those guys that's more fun when he's on a good team, and obviously Florida, a high scoring team. He'll fit right in there, get some minutes on the power play as well. But other teams adding, we'll get into that kind of stuff. But I do think Colorado is going to be hot on these teams' tails, and you'll see Colorado kind of close in on this top 5 throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, especially with the way McKinnon's playing right now. He's got 107 points. It's just absolutely.
They're on fire at home. They can't lose a home game right now.
They've always been like that. I feel like they just always been a dog at home. I remember one year they were like 25-2 at one point.
That's definitely one of the hardest arenas to go into. Like most underrated arenas to have to go into and play.
It's also Colorado, the altitude. Like going to play when
exactly.
In the NFL,
people don't think about that in hockey. Broncos, it's still your win.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, a lot of teams cooking up. Obviously, those like the Leafs, they're pesky. They're sitting right on the outside. What were some other teams? Stars were number 5, right?
Yeah.
Jets at 4, Stars at 5. The Stars have kind of just got it this week. There's a bunch of those teams hanging around right there. Or you give or take, could all be in that 5 spot. But like I said, I think
Bruins.
Colorado is coming for. Yeah, honestly, Aces Bruins. That's another one, but.
But they're they're just losing, man. I mean, they find ways to get points, but I think they're like 3-7 in their last 10. If you don't count overtime losses as points, but
and that's a team that was at our number 1 slot just like 4 weeks ago, and now they're not even in the top 5. So that stretch we were saying they're making all these games in overtime, like you said, they're getting all these points, these loser points as people love to call it, but they're not winning the game. Like that does add up sooner or later. Yeah, you're not losing and getting no points, but like. I don't know. I think 3-7 in your last whatever games isn't good.
Yeah, I think they're like 8.
You gotta be able to close these games out.
If you just add like their losses and overtime losses, I think they're like 8 games over 500, and they're like 3rd in the standings, which is crazy. They have like 14 overtime points.
Like I'd love to know how many what their record is in 1-goal games, because playoffs is 1-goal games.
Yeah, I mean crunch time. They obviously just can't get the job done.
Yeah,
especially yesterday.
Bruins record this year in 1-goal games. Because they dominate teams at home. All their wins are their blowouts. They lose close games.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. They lose almost every overtime game. I would love to see their overtime record as well.
If he pulls this, it's going to have fucking every overtime loss in it because they're all 1-goal games. But, I mean, that's like, I don't know. You had the Leafs in there. So, like, I had Dallas. You had the Leafs. Like, obviously, they're what, 9-1 in their last 10?
Yeah, they dropped one to Boston a game or two ago, so they might be 8-2. But they're rolling too.
Last
and
game,
right
they did lose.
They're
8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah, but they're rolling. They just beat the Rangers. Obviously, it was a shootout win. Great game, but it's still hard. Like, you're winning these heavy battles. I mean, you're the best goal scorer in the world. You got to respect those Leafs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't
another
find
news
it.
from one of these stuff. Can't find it.
You can't really find a good answer for it.
Reliable source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we'll move on. I'll say this next headline. You keep looking for this. I am curious about that. But another team in our top 5, the Vancouver Canucks, signing Elias Pettersson to an 8-year, $92.8 million extension. Would have been a highly sought after UFA this offseason. Canucks realized that, able to ink up the deal, lock up a 25-year-old star for the next 8 years. Makes him the 5th highest paid player in the NHL at $11.6 million a year. Pretty crazy, because obviously, I always say this about the Canucks. I said it last year. I don't watch many of their games. So this year when they kind of went on this run where to the top of the Western Conference, they're one of the best teams. I never watch Canucks games. I don't know about you. I don't really, set my schedule to exactly 10:30 start. I'm good for that. I'm never going to watch the whole game. If I do turn it on, it's maybe the first period. And it's I know they're good, but and I know he was good. I didn't know he was $92 million good. They committed to him.
Oh, I mean, even last year, it's the consistency. It's 2 years in a row now that he's putting up. I think he was 4th in points last year in the league.
Points?
He had over.
Didn't he have is he a back-to-back 100-point player?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have it yet this year, but he's gonna get there this year, and he had it last year. He's absolutely lighting it up over there, and they're winning. Obviously they're doing something right. I'm surprised it wasn't more, just because.
They also have so many names. It's
that's the thing
easy
too.
To get lost. They have so many guys.
Yeah, I mean, also players like JT Miller stepping up huge for them. He hasn't always been that type of player, but he's up there in points this year as well. But as years go on, I just feel like contracts get higher and higher, and he's probably a top 4 player in the league this year. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like he would record breaking number or something. But I mean, 11 points. I also felt like you can't complain about either.
I also felt like he was way older than 25. I don't know about you. I know
25 is young.
25 is young. I feel like I remember him in the All-Star game 5 years ago.
25 and 27 is a huge difference to me. When you're 25, you are you are young.
Your hockey prime is probably 24 to 26. Your true prime. Those are the best years you'll have.
Yeah. I'd say you could probably push 27, 28.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I mean. You start the drop off starts honestly at 27, 28.
Yeah, definitely.
Some guys it obviously doesn't. They prove that wrong. But your true, I feel like the average true prime for an NHL athlete is they're age 25, age 26. I'd even give you 27. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 27, I feel like
some guys don't get there till 23, 24.
Some guys don't get there till 26, and then they're
yeah.
Well, but that's when you're when you get there, you're not getting much better after that. They're finally that good.
You know what you're capable of.
Tage Thompson's 27 years old. He just reached his peak, probably. I know it's very good, but he's not. I don't think he's going to continue to get better and better now because he's getting up there in age. I mean, he's already he's probably reached his peak right now. So
I didn't know he was that old. They act like he's 23
because he was developed for so long. He was developed in that system for 5 years.
He's fun to watch. Another team I could care less about is the Buffalo Sabres, though, so don't really ever watch him unless it's on Twitter highlights.
I don't think I've watched one game this year of the Buffalo Sabres, but
yeah, I truly don't think I have either.
And I get them on TV.
Of course. All right, where'd we leave off exactly?
You can just go brush over these 2 quick ones, Kuznetsov and Quick. Those are the 2 we got.
Cool. Yeah. Next up here, the Washington Capitals have placed forward Evgeny. It's just Evgeny, right? It's just spelled differently than the Evgeny I'm used to.
Yeah, it's just spelled differently than Malkin.
Evgeny Kuznetsov on waivers. He was assigned to their AHL affiliate, the Hershey Bears, and is now the highest paid player in AHL history.
Really?
Wait,
what's he make?
I don't enough that it really put a damper on it.
Wait, so he's actually what? Is he playing that bad? I actually have not paid attention.
I think
he was in some NHL player recovery unit or something. He had something going on.
Then why is he on waivers then?
I see. That's what I don't know. It got weird. Why would you waive him at the end of it?
I don't know, man.
But then they assign for their AHL affiliate. It's definitely kind of a punishment if he wants to stay around. You know what I mean?
Maybe he got into a fight with the coach or something, and he was like, "Fuck you! I'm not playing for you. I'll go down and play in the AHL until you get rid of me."
Yeah.
That could definitely be it. But I mean, because he doesn't care. He's still making his money. He might as well go light up the AHL for a month or two. That's kind of
what Penguins need. Bring him in.
I don't know.
To know he's in the AHL.
You guys do not need the age, man. You do not need the age.
He's good for goals, though. He's a goal scorer.
Yeah. For what, another year or two?
How old is he now? 30 something?
He's in his 30s. You don't need it. You don't need anybody else.
I know, but I would actually take him for a year. Like, he's one of the guys I would, especially now. Like, if they're truly waiving him, like, bring him in on a year contract.
He's 31 and he makes $7.8 million.
31 isn't actually like terrible.
Not at 7.8 million, but he's worth that. He's worth it at 31.
He's got a good 3 or 4 years left of like
when he was 4 years ago, he was unreal. He was so good in Washington when they won the cup that year.
He was filthy, but he was like 27.
Yeah, we were
26, 27.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, he was a stud, absolute stud.
All right,
the Caps suck now.
Next one here for your Rangers, Mackie. They extend Jonathan Quick for another year here, $1.275 million. Pretty great deal there, if you ask me. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I just really like this because like he's at the end of his career and he's like he was a Rangers fan growing up and everything, and he's been playing so well and he just wants to be here, that he's here so like for so cheap and everything, that like I just feel like it's a great situation for him. Like he doesn't mind being a backup behind Igor. He's a great backup, probably the top 2 in the league, and yeah, he's just trying to finish off his career here, win us a cup or something. But yeah, I like this signing.
Yeah, he was always my favorite non-Penguin goalie growing up. I liked him and Ryan Miller just because they're both the American goalies. And then Quick won those 2 cups. I was like, all right, yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, Quick.
I mean, to have him with Shesterkin, that is a sick duo. He's playing good, like unreal, honestly. Dude, like way more than that really contract says.
Yeah, it's worth way more than 1.2 million. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
but, and it's just like he doesn't expect anything more than what he's getting. Like he knows he's the backup. He's there.
Like you said, if he was a Rangers fan growing up, you guys are getting a little bit of a discount there. That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, definitely. I think he's just like,
and he makes so much money, dude. These guys,
man. Like, I don't need the extra $2 million. Just like, save it for somebody else.
Yeah, he's like, dude, give it to some young guy that's gonna threaten to leave if we don't pay him.
But yeah, I like the signing for sure.
Another one here out of New York for you, Mackie. Rangers star forward Mike Zibanejad has been quite the slump this year without having a 5-on-5 goal in 73 days. Now, after the Rangers drop a tough one to the Florida Panthers at home, how worried are Rangers fans going to the playoffs about Mike?
It's Mika, my bad. That auto-corrected a few times.
Mackie's auto-correct on that hand.
Huff, you probably haven't heard about this because you're not like a Rangers fan or on Rangers Twitter or anything. But this is like
I know insane. He's not doing it, but he's good, dude. He's so good. You just stick with him. Like, you can't...
I'm not saying get rid of him at all. I am not. I am the last person to say get rid of a player when he's not playing well, because he has it. He obviously has it. But holy shit, when are you gonna turn it on? Like, he's not doing anything. And even on the power play, it hasn't. I mean, he's getting the job done on the power play, but not at like he should. Like, his one-timers do not go in anymore, and they used to like he was pushing like Stamkos, man. Like he was so good last year on the one-timer. He's just not finding the back of the net right now. Definitely concerning for us going into the playoffs. He's definitely got to turn it on before the playoffs, so we don't stand a chance to get through that Eastern Conference.
I didn't know you were struggling this bad, but your guys' power play, I feel like what's the Rangers' power play rank in the NHL?
Well, I saw something the other day. The first 39 games, we were first, and then since then we're like 28th.
So I mean, like,
we're probably somewhere around like 10th. We've been pretty bad, dude. We've been pretty bad recently. Jesse, can you look up power play percent rankings this year? That'll be easy to find.
Yeah,
thanks.
That's
sorry.
I've been striking out today. Thank you.
I feel like so was the goal he scored against the Islanders in the outdoor game, was that
power play?
Oh, that's power play. No, it was an empty net.
We didn't score an empty net.
It wasn't a power play.
Oh, because it wasn't 5-on-5. It was 6-on-5.
It was 6-on-5.
Right.
So like there's cop-outs there. Like,
but that's a power play goal. Like, he's not getting the job done on even strength ice. Like, that's what I'm getting down to. Like, he's not Like,
I know what you mean.
When we're both even strength, he's not getting those random goals where it's just like in the zone of
position.
He's a center.
What's he play? I didn't know he was a center.
Dude, Gensel on. I know Gensel's the left wing, but if you put Gensel on his right wing with Kreider on the other side, oh my god, like that would cure everything. And then the second line, you have Panarin and Trocheck with Lafreniere. Those top two lines, man.
You're gonna give someone up, dude. You're not just getting them.
Yeah, you're gonna get Kakko, and then you're gonna get 2 first-round picks or something.
I would honestly do that. I'd rather picks.
I have Rangers at 6 for power play.
I honestly think I love Gabe Perreault, but I think we should just give him up for Gensel. Do you know who that is?
I have no clue who that is.
He's at Boston College right now. He's got like 80 points. Like he's one of the top 3 players in college right now. He's our top prospect, but apparently he's untouchable. But I'd give it up right now. I'd give it up right now for a ring.
Yeah, because you guys need to do something to get like another guy.
Yeah, I think we just need Gensel, and that'll do it. Well, I mean, we're obviously not going to give up one of our top 6 guys for Gensel, so it's not like.
I mean, you just got Wenberg too. Like, where does he fit in?
Third line center. He's just to get Goodrow the fuck out of there because Goodrow has 1 goal in 60 games this year.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, they need to make some moves here. Mika's got to pick it up. It's crazy I'm saying this because they're like 3rd in the league right now, but something's got to give here.
You guys have isn't this the stretch of the schedule that we said you guys have a couple tough games coming up?
We just got through it and we went 0-1-1. Well,
all right, yeah.
Well, we had Florida and Toronto back to back, but no, we have a.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
you have a tough stretch to end this month.
It's not like we have a few games before that, right?
Yeah. But like starting on mid-March, it goes Jets, Bruins, Panthers, Flyers, Avalanche. That's a tough stretch of 5.
Oh yeah, it's real tough. That's real tough. How many are home?
3. At Boston, at Colorado.
At Colorado, you're just asking for a point in that one.
Yeah, you're just like get to overtime.
Yeah, please just get me to overtime.
Yeah.
But at Boston, I don't know. We beat Boston this year. We did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about that.
Boston.
Is it an afternoon game? I feel like you guys always play in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like a 3:00 game.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
I hate that they've been adding so many of those in this time of the year. We have one next week.
Yeah, I hate midday hockey. I hate it. Something else is
it's
on.
Weird.
Yeah.
On.
It's not the right time. Let's get into some of these points here. Rangers were 6th in the league right now in power play. Yeah, 25.
Because we were 30. I bet it's got to be Oilers number 1.
Tampa Bay, followed by Toronto, Carolina, Edmonton, Florida, New York.
Holy shit!
Who was 1?
Tampa Bay. That's why Kucherov has 108 points.
28.72%.
You know what's crazy that I heard on Chicklets?
I was just gonna say that
Kucherov
else doesn't even have 70 points.
I think it's 60. How is that? Like, process that. How does that happen? Actually, how does that happen? I don't understand.
Does he have that many unassisted goals?
Does he just walk into the zone and just rip bombs? Like, I don't get it.
Dude,
I don't understand.
I'll never forget the interview after they won the cup. He's sitting there shirtless with the Conn Smythe. I forget. Did he win the Conn Smythe that year?
I don't know. Probably.
When they went back to back. Was it Vasilevsky?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I can't remember, but he's sitting there. You know what I'm talking about? That interview, and he's like just muttering Russian. It was so funny. I'm like, this is gonna be Ovechkin all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a stud, man.
He's unreal.
But even Tampa this year is kind of struggling.
That's one of those teams. Like, dude, Cooper's such a good coach. He'll have Vasilevsky in the playoffs. I do not want to see Tampa.
Just get there is what he's saying.
You do not want to go to Tampa to play Vasilevsky.
All they gotta do is get in.
Clearly, you put them on the power play. It's in the net. Like Kucherov, 110 points. Like, that's unreal.
I mean, look at the standings. They're not a given at all. Islanders are right on their ass.
They're a better team than the Islanders. I think.
But they gotta
I like Sorokin a lot, but yeah, they got to get there.
And Isles just made that coaching change to get Patrick Waugh.
I think if those three teams, if any of those three teams, if you think the Islanders are gonna push, do you like the Red Wings to get in?
I think the Red Wings.
I could see them.
I think they're a lock to be in. Actually, a lock because those teams behind them.
I like the Red Wings.
You would need both like the Islanders and the Caps to go on a crazy run, and that's not going to happen because I think the Red Wings are going to finish the season stronger than the Lightning. I think it's the Lightning
that have a really friendly schedule to end this month.
Who does?
The Red Wings have, after they play Colorado, it goes Arizona, Vegas, who's been struggling, Buffalo, Arizona, Buffalo, Penguins, Columbus, Islanders, Predators, Capitals.
That I mean, you can go like, what is that? 10 games. You can go 8-2 right there.
They could go on a little streak right there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Who do the Lightning got coming up?
I agree.
Yeah, Lightning have Flames,
Calgary,
Flyers,
Philly, Florida.
You got to go to Florida.
Them versus Florida is different than everyone else playing Florida, I feel like.
Oh, they have a West Coast trip too.
Yeah, I see that. That's what I was thinking.
The West Coast trip isn't easy, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah. As soon as you get to like that Kings and Ducks game, anyone could win those games.
Hey, you're dropping that Kings
games
game.
In those road trips.
You gotta drop that Kings game. And then Ducks is the back-to-back. And they gotta play Boston.
I think Washington. I think the Penguins are starting to. Obviously, I don't love their chances at all to make it, but like I think the Penguins, Capitals. I think even Jersey's starting to slide, but I like Jersey's chances better than ours.
Yeah, I like Jersey's chances better than yours just because of that roster that they have over there. But I think they're dead in the water. I think they're dead in the water. I think they'd have to go on like a 9-game winning. They'd have to go on like a 9-game winning streak to have a chance.
I truly think the teams that are in are going to make it right now. I think the Islanders will be that bubble team.
I think the Islanders beat out the Lightning. I really do. Really? I think it's going to be very close, but I think it's going to be between those teams. You like these spots too? Think this is the way it finishes?
I mean,
yeah.
The Lightning and Red Wings are both Atlantic, so if the Flyers drop out, they're not of the playoffs. They'd lose it to the Islanders. The Islanders would take the 3 spot in the Metro.
Yeah, but that's assuming that the Flyers are worse than the Lightning. They have the same exact record right now.
Well, no, I'm saying if the Lightning have more points, like the Lightning have to have more points than Toronto, not the Flyers. Like you have to bet. It goes the divisions.
Right, I know that, but you just said if the Flyers drop out, they're out of a playoff spot. Not necessarily because they have the same exact record.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but I'm saying like they would just switch basically with the Islanders if everything else stayed the same.
Chances are, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
but I don't know if Islanders are on a 4-game heater right now. If they can keep this up, not many teams are winning games in that race right now. It's like every team's dropping every other game. It feels like so. All you gotta do is go on a little streak.
Islanders and Flyers are the teams I could see switching.
Yeah, I mean everyone's weak on the Flyers, but like I don't know. I feel like they hold on.
I feel like that's a team you want to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. You don't care if you have to go there for 4 games.
Dude, that'd be Carolina's first round matchup, right?
Yeah.
If it started tomorrow, that'd be Carolina's first round matchup.
See, that's some bullshit, man. I don't like. You'd rather be the 2 seed right now in the Met, right?
Because you don't want to play Tampa.
I mean, I feel like the wild card teams are better than that 3 seed, no matter who it is.
Exactly. That's why they should have never went away with the 1 through 8.
I don't know why they ever did that. What, to get it different than like the NBA?
They wanted to create division rivalries.
What? Yeah, that's what it was. But you don't play anybody. I mean, unless you're the 1 seed. But if you're a 2 or 3 seed, you don't play anybody outside your division until the conference finals. You can't.
Exactly. That's what they wanted.
Like you physically can't.
That's what they wanted. Exactly what they wanted.
Right now, if the season
makes for better TV, it does.
If it
people would rather see Boston versus Toronto and Carolina. Like I know Carolina, Philly. That's not really one, but like imagine just for say that the Hurricanes were the 1 seed and you were the 2 seed. People would much rather see New York versus Philly and Toronto versus Boston than you know what I mean. Like
say
Carolina versus Toronto. Like that's I know they're both good teams, but like geographically, that's going to get better view if it's like oh shit, we play Philly.
these rivals. It's the rivalry that everybody wants to
Yeah,
watch.
that's they want. Like that's why they did it. But like I do miss the true just 1 through 8. Like 1 plays 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5.
Yeah, it was so much more vintage, man. Like right now, the Rangers.
And now the NBA doesn't even do that anymore because this in-season tournament, you got to keep I keep calling it the in-season tournament, the fucking play-in. There's too many tournaments.
Yeah, but the NBA is definitely still more like that type of
like the NBA. Only 10 teams don't make the playoffs.
It's insane. You can be the 10 seed, you can be the 11 seed, and be like looking at a playoff spot.
That's crazy.
Like way under 500.
Like I'm a big LeBron fan, but it seems like they only started doing this once his team started sitting around
because they knew. Yeah, they were like, "Damn, we need LeBron to have a chance."
Like I'm a big LeBron fan, so I don't want to like talk shit about him, but it seems like once his team started,
it played in for Curry last year. Wasn't Curry in the play-in tournament?
I think they've been in it like every year. It's been a thing. I remember the first year they lost to Memphis.
Those are the kind of guys that they're like they want that to happen. You know what I mean?
They want those guys in those games because the viewers on those games is
no one wants that game to be Minnesota versus Memphis.
Yeah, exactly. They want like LeBron versus Steph or something like that. I think they played each other in a playing game, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember the Warriors versus the Grizzlies. I remember that one.
That was before the Grizzlies were good. I don't know
what year it was. Yeah, I was going to say that was before they were the 2 seed last year. Let's get back on NHL. We kind of just totally transitioned NBA. I don't even know how we did that.
Quick stuff here
we were talking about how the playoffs are set up.
Quick stuff here for the Devils. They fired their head coach, Lindy Ruff. You guys think this is going to spark a push for a playoff spot here for the Devils, getting ever so close in these past few years, as well as they've expressed a likeness for a goalie at the trade deadline, saying that's their main priority. What other moves do you see the Devils need to make to keep this playoff spot like we keep talking about?
I think if they don't get Markstrom or Saros, I don't think they make the playoffs.
Do you think it's a lock they make the playoffs even if they get them? I think Markstrom.
No, but that's your only chance. That's your only chance.
I mean, they're doing the things that they need to do to spark this team to find a way to get into the playoffs. Because that's another team I really wouldn't want to see if they do find a way to make it in. But I think they're dead in the water.
What have they lost? 3 straight?
They literally need a 9-game winning streak to have a chance. They need to go on a streak like that. And if they can't do it,
then their next game's against. St. Louis, Carolina, Rangers, Stars, Coyotes, Vegas, Penguins.
Carolina. What'd you say? Carolina, Vegas,
in Jersey. Star. All right, let me say it again. At
Carolina,
home against
Rangers,
the Blues.
Stars.
At home against the Canes. At the Rangers. In Dallas. In Arizona. In Vegas.
It's
3-game road trip.
You're expecting them to lose 4 out of 6.
4-game road trip.
You expect them to lose 4 out of 6 there, right?
Yeah. I don't like their chances.
And if they lose 4 of the next 6, I mean, what is there, 18 games left at that point?
Yeah. I mean, kind of like what we just said. I think the Islanders have a better chance than the Devils. And I don't think the Flyers fall off that much.
Yeah, they have 20 games left, and it's not an easy 20 games.
Who?
The Devils. I mean, my God, they got the Leafs 3 times, the Rangers twice. Like you said, Stars, Hurricanes.
Do they play the Islanders at all? Like those head-to-head matchups that'll help them?
Yeah, they got the Isles twice. They finished the season against the Isles. I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think.
No, but that could. You know what I mean? That could be big.
I really doubt it. Imagine. Nah.
That's funny.
Alrighty, you guys want to go through a couple of these games here tonight in the NHL? Starting off here, the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are the favorite here, -182 on the money line, -1.5 there for that spread. Total 6.5. What are you guys thinking in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, off rip, you're obviously going to look at the Leafs. But the line sits at -185. Do the -1.5 line?
+130 for the Leafs.
There could be some value there. I like the Leafs. They've been playing really good lately. They obviously coming off a loss, but I mean, they have the best goal scorer in the world. I don't know how many times I could say it. They know how to put the puck in the net. They're playing a pretty struggling Sabres team who's kind of dead in the water. They're not playing for a playoff spot. So I think they can cover the 1.5 here. Not my favorite play ever, but Huff, what do you think?
I don't know. Buffalo's been kind of hanging around with some pretty good teams lately. Like they beat Carolina last week. They went down to Florida. I think me and Ace took Florida -1.5, and they only lost by 1. Like they're hanging in these games, but that -180 on the money line is kind of sketching me out. This is one where I feel like you automatically see the Leafs at -200, but I don't know. This isn't much of a road trip. Does that factor into play to this? I don't really know, but I do like the Leafs at home. I'd maybe look at regulation. I don't know what the price is on that. I'm gonna look at that, but the -1.5 at the +130. I do like that as well.
You look at a Matthews anytime goal scorer. I mean, it's
odds on that. Hold on one second.
-120, but
-125.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost worth it.
That's what the 3-way money line is too. I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm on the Leafs tonight, though, for sure.
Heck yeah. Let's go over to this other game here. The Detroit Red Wings, the Colorado Avalanche in Colorado, -1.5 for the Avs, +120 for that, -196 on the money line, total 6.5. McKinnon is an anytime goal scorer, -105. What are you guys thinking about this game in the West Coast?
Yeah, I mean, we just said it. The Avs really don't lose games at home. But I think this could be a close one. Like I said, I'm big on the Red Wings. I think they're going to hang in this one. So I don't like the -1.5 at all for the Avs. But I mean, to take a team to go into Colorado and get a win is definitely asking for a lot without especially Dylan Larkin. So I'm going in there shorthanded. But I don't know, Huff. What do you think here?
I kind of like the over in this one. I was looking at, obviously, the Avalanche score a lot at home. They're just one of those teams, when they get on the power play, they score. Red Wings, I know Alex Lyon's been playing pretty hot. Yeah, so Red Wings haven't they're just coming off a loss 4-0 to the Panthers. So giving up 4 there, 5 to the Islanders, 8 or scoring 8 the game before. When they hang in games like this, they score a lot. I'm going to take the over 6.5 here.
I think that's a good play. I like that. Georgiev has 31 wins and it doesn't even have a .900 save percentage. Yeah,
and the Avalanche score every first period, so it could be 1-1 at the end of the first period, right on pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All righty, let's keep moving here. Let's move over to some college basketball. Little news before we get into some games here this evening. Marquette star guard Tyler Kolek.
Yeah,
what I'm going to go with. We'll miss the final 2 regular season games and will be reevaluated prior to the Big Eastern Conference tournament. How will Marquette perform without their superstar in the lineup here for this upcoming week before these tournaments begin?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it short. I don't think that they're going to perform very, very well. If you watch this Marquette team, it definitely flows right through Tyler Kolek. They didn't have him last game. They didn't look very good. I think they're going to struggle big time. They're playing the #1 team in the country tonight, so I think that this is going to be really telling of how this team can play without him. But I don't think it's going to be very good, to be honest. And they're gonna really want him back for this Big East tournament.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we can kind of allude to that game. That's one of the games we were going to look at tonight. UConn going to Marquette without Tyler Kolek, like you said, for Marquette going tonight. Marquette's a 5.5-point home underdog, +180 on the money line, over under 151.5. I think we talked about this one earlier. I like UConn minus -5.5 points on the road for that reason. I just think Marquette's a different team without him. I was taking them a lot with those big home spreads throughout the season, and I haven't touched them the past week or so. But tonight I am going to fade them at home. It's a tough spot, but they're not the #8 team in the country without him. So I like UConn minus the 5.5 points.
It's very hard to adjust. I know they have time to adjust, but it's very hard to adjust to form a system that that's without your best player, that everything revolves around. So, I mean, I know Marquette has a good system. They have good players, but I just don't think it's going to be that easy to just adjust to that perfectly coming off your first game. And now you have to play the best team in the country. I think it's going to be pretty ugly for Marquette.
I agree.
Lots of good stuff. Another team that we will be talking about here, Tennessee, earned a massive road victory at number 14 Alabama last weekend. Huge road wins like this. Tennessee has proven they can beat the best away from their home court. What does this mean? Excuse me. Let me back up. Does this mean the team's going to fare well here in this March Madness tournament and this Eastern Conference tournament? What are you guys thinking?
I mean, this Tennessee team, they've shown that they're obviously a dominant home team, but like this says, you know, they can get wins away from their home court. Their last couple games have been ranked on ranked teams. Obviously, Tennessee's a top 5 team in the country. They just beat Auburn in Tennessee. Obviously, this past game in Tuscaloosa, taking down Alabama. They get South Carolina tonight. That's another one of the games we want to look at. I like Tennessee minus the points here. I got it at 5.5. It is since moved to 6.5. They're minus 255 on the money line. Over under 143.5. I'm on the Volunteers to cover the spread tonight on the road. This is a South Carolina team that you saw us take on the card this weekend. I like them. They're a solid team. I've started to follow them a little bit more. That is why I took them in that spot. They had a great comeback win. They, late in that second half, didn't look like they were going to cover tonight. I'm on the Volunteers minus the 6.5 points.
Yeah, Huff, I saw that you're on Tennessee. I don't hate the play just because South Carolina already went into Tennessee and got a win this year, and I think it's going to be very hard for a team to beat any team, let alone the number 4 team in the country twice in the same season. But I mean, these books, game in and game out, disrespect South Carolina, and continuously they continue to prove them wrong. They're 24-5. And they play in one of the hardest conferences in college basketball, and they're 5.5 point dogs against anybody at home. I think it's pretty crazy. I think Tennessee gets this win. I do. The 5.5 definitely scared me. Whatever, it might be sitting at 6.5 now.
Yeah.
The South Carolina team just doesn't get respected. I know they got blown out by 40 in Auburn. Every team has those bad games. Alabama just got blown out by 25 in Florida. Got blown out by 25 at home against Kentucky. They have bad games, but I mean. The only reason that this team is so disrespected is because they were preseason ranked last in the SEC. They had no big names. They have no 5 stars, but they're playing great basketball. So I think that this is a disrespectful number. But with that being said, it's going to be very hard to beat Tennessee twice in the same season. But for them to even for them to be a good enough team to even go into Tennessee and get a win in the first place, I mean, that says a lot about this South Carolina team. I'd be scared of them in March Madness for sure. I think that they can be a sleeper.
Yeah.
Even though they're an 18
plus 1,200 to win it all, but you mean South Carolina?
Yeah. Well, Tennessee isn't really a sleeper, but
no.
Yes, they can obviously go far as well.
They're a fun team to watch.
But this should be a good game tonight. I think it'll be a good one for sure. Lots
of good stuff. Let's hit our last college basketball game that we want to review here. BYU and Iowa State. Iowa State is your favorite here. 7.5 points, just 104 on that. Minus 310 on the money line total, 144.5. Who you guys faring with this one here on this Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'm big on Iowa State in this one. This Iowa State team's been so consistent all year. They've just been climbing the rankings week in and week out. Now they're finally sitting up at 6. Finally getting the recognition that they deserved. And I mean, they're on their home floor. I think that they can take care of a BYU team by 7 points. I mean, if BYU shooting the lights out of the ball like they do when they're at home, it could be a tough cover. But I expect them to just hold them to minimal threes.
Yeah, I agree. You'll see this on the card tonight. I like the Cyclones at home. 7.5 points. I think either way you're okay. Minus 310 on the money line. Nice little parlay piece if you want to pick a couple of these other games tonight. I like UConn on the money line as well. Probably can work something there. Actually, I'm going to click that real quick and see if that's plus money. Minus 109, so pretty close to it. But
go Iowa, UConn, Minnesota. Get a plus 160.
What time's Minnesota play?
9 o'clock.
Let me see here. This is great live streaming. Let me see.
Plus 160, plus 170. I'm assuming
it's going to be close to that. 176.
Yeah, that's good odds, man. I'll take that.
Yeah,
let's get the job done.
Might take that. Everyone, just get the job done.
Not asking for too much.
Yeah,
doesn't seem too ridiculous.
I mean, a couple good games in college basketball tonight. Got some NBA stuff we're going to get into, and then it's going to be it.
Yeah, let's jump into this NBA stuff here. Starting off with the power rankings. Coming in at number 5, the Milwaukee Bucks, followed by number 4, the Los Angeles Clippers, 3, the Denver Nuggets, 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and number 1, those Boston Celtics just sitting up there hanging out for another week. What are you guys thinking here coming into the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really touching those Celtics this year. It's pretty obvious. I think they made that pretty clear.
Or do you truly think like they're? Or do you think they're just going to run through the East? Because the playoffs are different.
I don't think they're. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to get over that hump. I don't think that they're. Dude, I mean, like they blew a 20-point lead yesterday at home to the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell.
Dude, I love Milwaukee right now.
I know it's a regular season game, but and you got to act like these other teams aren't powerhouses. I mean, Milwaukee's a powerhouse team. They're not going to be any.
Milwaukee's clicking at the right time. They're going to catch fire. They're 8-2 in their last 10, 6-game win streak. I like them to keep this rolling. And you kind of not obviously Celtics are going to be the 1 seed. They're not going to lose enough games to not be the 1 seed. But I like the Bucks to. That's a nice win East. Probably not great value, but. You're also a Knick fan, so I don't know if you agree with that too much, but I know you're also a realistic Knick fan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be insane if it wasn't Celtics Bucks in the conference finals. I don't think
exactly.
I don't think there's really any other outcome right now. But I mean,
the Magic are too young. The Cavs aren't good enough.
The first round they're going to sweep whoever they play. Whether it's the Pacers or like the Hawks or whatever one of those teams are going to play at the bottom of the Eastern Conference.
Well, Embiid should play in that game. So if they're in the play-in, the Embiid, you got to think Embiid plays and the Sixers get in.
Do you think Embiid plays though? Does he play?
I don't know. Maybe they're just like, fuck this season, we're not going to win anything.
Well, here's is he healthy enough? That's what I'm asking. Like he's still not back. Is he
ever healthy?
Well, that's true. Yeah. I'm not. I mean, no one's scared of the Sixers right now.
No.
Even when he comes back, I really don't think anyone's scared of the Sixers.
Yeah, I agree. I'm huge on Milwaukee right now. I think there's a lot of value in Milwaukee. Obviously, yeah, the Thunder stay kind of winning games. They can't beat the Lakers though. They better hope they don't run into the Lakers in the playoffs.
The question is how much of a threat are they in the playoffs?
I'm telling, like, to a veteran team like the Lakers, that's who they want to see.
Everyone's saying that. Everyone is saying that. I don't know, man. I mean, if these guys are clicking, a team like this doesn't.
They don't have a matchup for Anthony Davis and LeBron. Like that team doesn't match up against the Lakers.
Chet would get absolutely bodied by the Lakers.
All series.
Anthony Davis would have a field day all series.
It would be Anthony Davis versus, and then. I mean, they'd probably put LeBron on Shai, to be honest.
Shai will get his, though. Shai will get his.
Yeah, but believe me, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say it would be Anthony Davis versus versus Shai, and then LeBron's going to just continue to do LeBron shit.
Yeah, of course. I'm telling you, there's no way that OKC team would beat the Lakers in a 7-game series.
No way.
But I mean, if
Lakers would win every home game and then win Game 7.
If they get the Warriors, they're beating them. They
match up better against the Warriors. Shai can handle Curry.
I think they beat the Suns too. Suns don't play bully basketball.
I do agree.
It's pure basketball.
I agree.
If you're going to let OKC play their style of basketball, they're going to win. That's the thing. Is the Lakers.
Chet has a better chance hanging out with guarding Kevin Durant than
Exactly.
Anthony
Exactly. Like, if you're going to let OKC play their own style of basketball, you're going to have a tough time beating them. But, like, I mean, the Lakers, they do whatever the fuck they want. They have the size.
I think there's good. Yeah, I like this Oklahoma City team. That's definitely who I'm rooting for. If the Lakers, obviously, I like the Lakers. I like LeBron, but I'd love to see that Oklahoma City team win. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I think they're a year or two away for sure, but yeah, they're definitely.
They killed me when they got there against LeBron. Like, I wanted LeBron to win his first ring, and I was like, of course it's against fucking Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. I loved that Thunder team when I was younger.
Yeah.
Serge Ibaka, that was such a fun team. Kendrick Perkins.
2012?
Yeah, 2012. Yeah. That Thunder team was so fun.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to basketball then, but yeah, wasn't like Russ like averaging like 30
Harden and Russ were so young, yeah.
Harden wasn't who he was.
So was Kevin Durant.
Harden wasn't like that back then, was he?
Harden was a bench player. He was 6th player of the year.
Yeah, 6th player of the year, but was he like a Lou Williams 6th player of the year, or was he like I don't even know.
That's honestly a good comparison, actually, kind of.
So he like played a big role off the bench.
Oh yeah. It was like the kind of like Manu with the Spurs. Like he's a six man, but he'd come in all the time.
Right. So he played big minutes. You know, Rob Dillingham comes off the bench too. Sorry, I didn't mean to go back to college basketball. Would you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Dude, he started one game all year.
Damn.
But go back to NBA.
Alrighty, I have a couple points here.
That's
some news.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, some news here out of the NBA. LeBron James became the first player in NBA history to surpass 40,000 career points. The accolade came in a 124-114 loss to the Denver Nuggets. LeBron continues to play at his level. Do you see the team taking the next step to secure a playoff spot here this year? What are you guys thinking as we're quickly approaching these playoffs here? It's already March.
I mean, how many times do we see it?
They won't miss the playoffs. They'll get in, whether it's that play-in tournament, whatever. They'll figure out their way in. I hope they don't run into Dallas in that play-in tournament because I could see Luka have a 50-ball game in one of those just because he always seems to show up those playoff games, especially elimination games. That's definitely a matchup where I think they'd beat the Mavericks, but I think Luka would give them a scare. I don't know. I think the Lakers get in, but what I wanted to say about the 40,000. What's the closest someone will ever get to that? If ever beat it. Because keep in mind, these NBA games, keep in mind, will anyone ever beat it? We'll start there.
I think it's a good 20 years until I think it's a good 20 years until anybody beats Kareem. I think LeBron's still got another year left, at least. He's not done.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna end with like.
What's he gonna get? 45.
40. I was gonna say 40. I'd take the under on 45.5.
You would take the under on 45. So you take the under on 2 more seasons of him playing. You think next year is his last year? No.
I think he'll play 2 more years. That's 2,000 points a year. That's 2,000 points a year.
Yeah, he'll get 2,000 points a year. Don't they get like 33?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's so like a passer, like he's not. I mean, he scores, but like
so he averages like 25, I think. Say he plays 70 games a year.
Dude, 20. What's 25 times 70?
It's only 1,700.
Exactly.
All right, let's
say 2 seasons is 3,500.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought they scored more in a season.
I mean, certain guys like the scoring leader, like Melo.
The thing is, he's not gonna. He's not going to
Melo, the year he won the scoring record, Melo had like, 4 or 5 50-point games. So, like, bang, there's 250 points right there.
Well, say, like, like the scoring title, say you average 33 for 82 games. That's 2,700 points.
Who is the leading scorer in the NBA right now? Do you know?
Like, who would have the scoring title? Shai.
Yeah, if it ended right now, who's the score?
Shai or Luka?
I was gonna guess Luka or Tatum.
Luka?
Yeah, Luka has.
Luka clears easy.
He just had a 43-point game and a loss, and a 43-point triple double and a loss to the Celtics.
He averages
40-point blowout loss.
I did see that. He averages 34.6. We haven't seen that since like 2008. I feel like.
Dude, I was watching that game with my dad, that Celtics Mavericks game, and he was like, I was like, dude, watch 77 on Dallas, and he's like, who is it? I've never heard of him. I'm like, makes about $40 million a year, and he's unreal at basketball.
So your dad doesn't watch basketball?
Starts watching. No, my dad hates the NBA. He'll watch college with me, but he won't watch the NBA. So I'm sitting there watching that game. I'm like, dude, watch this. And Lou just goes, rebound, goes down, bangs a 3. I'm like, that's not it. He'll do more than that. And then I'm like, just wait till he starts forcing passes to get assists. Literally would go rebound down the court and like a 2-on-0 open layup, and he would just dish it off. I'm like, bang, he's get a triple double. At halftime, he was at like 28, 6 and 6. I'm like, this is gonna be a 40-point triple double, and I think that's exactly what it was.
And a loss too.
He's unreal, dude. He's one of my favorite players. Him, Anthony Davis, and Shai. I'd probably say those are my 3 other than LeBron right now. Like 3 young guys that I like.
Yeah, I'm a big Luke guy.
Say Anthony Davis or Anthony Edwards. Like I said, Anthony Davis.
You said Davis.
Anthony Edwards, Shai, and fuck. Now I'm blanking. Who were we just talking about?
Luka.
Yeah,
like the young guys.
Yeah. Oh, I said those are like the 3 young guys I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big.
I still like Durant. I like LeBron. You know what I mean?
I'm a big KD guy.
I don't have a team. I don't have a team, so I can like bandwagon players.
It's okay for you. Yeah, it's crazy that you're so into the NBA when Pittsburgh literally doesn't even have a team.
Yeah. It's definitely it's more like that's why I just care about players. Like it's the one sport I'm the least biased with for sure.
Yeah. And you're just a fan of the players, you're not even a fan of teams.
Yeah. I'm like, I could give a fuck less about these teams. And they switch teams so much. It's like that would be the most frustrating league to be a fan of a team.
Did you like the Lakers when like LeBron was on the Cavs?
Yeah.
Well, because of Kobe.
Kind of, just because I kind of like Kobe too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked out of LeBron's teams, the Cavs were the only one I was like, I like the Cavs. When he went to Miami, I was just like, I like LeBron and D-Wade. That's really it.
Yeah, but like you wanted to see them
so
win.
Yeah, but I'd be walking around like middle school, and there's kids wearing like Heat jerseys. I'm like, all right, now everyone's a fucking Heat fan. You know what I mean?
You weren't like a hype beast on it.
No. I wasn't like buying the white hot LeBron Miami jersey,
wearing the sweatband around school.
Yeah, no, I liked it better when he came back to Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely. Big LeBron. And then
I thought once he went to the Lakers, I was like, all right, this is sick. Now he's going to Kobe's team. That's sick.
Remember the rumors? That was so sick. We were like,
where was he gonna? Where did they say he was gonna go if he didn't go to the Lakers?
I don't know. I mean, they were obviously talking about big cities, so I heard a few things about the Knicks, but I don't think there was like many other places that he could have stayed. He could have just stayed in Cleveland. But like he was like, he was like, he was like caught like looking at like Sierra Canyon and shit, and like looking at schools for like his kids in LA. Yeah. Like, yeah, this guy's good. He's not even trying to hide it, man.
Yeah.
All righty, let's go through some more news here in the NBA and then jump into some games. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Los Angeles Clippers Tuesday night by 41 behind 41 points from Damian Lillard, giving the Bucks their sixth straight win. Have the Bucks finally found their stride here this season? They officially back to being a main contender for an NBA championship this season. What do you guys think about these Bucks? I know you guys already kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll kind of quickly say it because I didn't know this was in here, but yeah, I'm big on this team. I think this definitely is a team that could go far in the playoffs, if not win it all. Like, truly, I think adding Damian Lillard put them over that next level. This is a team that's already won with Giannis and his cheerleader brother, cheering him on over there. Every time I watch a Bucks game, I get so annoyed when they show his brother on the sidelines. Mackie, have you ever watched a Bucks game and they show his brother freaking out on the sidelines? Like when Giannis gets fouled, it's like, you don't need to show his brother. It's like when Kelsey was scoring and they felt the need to show Taylor Swift.
They showed Taylor.
It's like, I don't need to see whatever his name is, the little brother, older. I think he's the older brother. Like
Thanasis.
Is he older or younger?
I don't know. I think he's younger. I think Giannis is the oldest, but I could be wrong.
If he's older, that's like weird. Like if he's the little brother, it makes more sense. You know what I mean?
You ever seen the like the highlight reels of Thanasis, and it's just like him fucking up everything?
He's terrible. He has did you ever see the thing on Twitter? They were like, he has the job security in the NBA.
I didn't see that.
He's right. As long as Giannis is there, he'll be on that roster.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he'd be in the league if his last name wasn't what it is.
No.
Giannis is like, if he's not on the team, I'm not on the team. And they're like, all right, here's $10 million deal.
Yeah. They're like, shit, what do we got left in the cap? $6 million. They're like, Giannis, is that cool? We pay you $58 million. Like, you think you could just pay for dinner every once in a while?
No, $5 million more.
What's he get, dude? What are the Supermax deals now? Is it $52 million a year?
I saw something the other day, and it was like, nobody understands like NBA money. Like NBA money is crazy, dude.
Dude, like, I think it's 5 years, $252 million. It's 50-some million. It's $50.5 million a year.
It's 35% of the cap.
Like a player like Paul George. Granted, Paul George is great. He's not a top 8 player in the league. $40 million a year. $40 million is insane, dude.
That's so weird you just said that. I'm watching ESPN right here, and they're doing the Rockets Clippers game is on ESPN tonight. And they just, as soon as you said Paul George, they showed Paul George walking in the arena.
That's creepy. Like Anthony Simons, $32 million.
I'll never forget that. Whenever he signed that, I sent it to you. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
That is my scale. That is my scale for how crazy NBA contracts are. And most people are like,
that's also
Anthony Simons.
That's also Portland just had to pay someone. NBA is not like the NHL where we were talking about today, how these teams are like under the cap. NBA, they're just like, if they're under the cap, they'll just overpay someone. They'll restructure someone's deal just to give them more money, I feel like.
Just to throw money away, yeah.
Literally.
Well, because there's also only like 15 players on a roster. So it's not like they can just like, it's a lot different with like.
Well, that's how I always explain to people why the NBA players get paid more than like the average NHL player. There's 15 guys in a bigger salary cap in the NBA than there is 23 guys in a smaller salary cap. Like,
exactly,
there's way more money to go around.
There's more money to go around to less people,
and less mouths to feed. Like,
exactly. Yeah, but NBA money is crazy, dude. It's just. These guys,
like in the NHL, if you have a Matthews making $16 million, there's a reason your fourth line is all making league minimum.
Yeah, yeah, they cannot deal like LeBron getting fucking $50 million a year. Anthony Davis is getting $40 million too. Like they can do that. When you have one guy, two guys making like over $10 million a year, everybody else is getting paid shit.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. Like, you just can't do it.
That's why everyone was saying with the Leafs, like, how are they going to sign Nylander to this deal with paying Matthews and Marner all this money? And it's like, well, they'll figure it out. But now the third line makes me league minimum too.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you're just the rest of your team is just shit.
It's like they only have two goalies. They can't even afford to pay a third goalie.
The third guy gets called up every once in a while.
Exactly. They just go straight to the e-bug after two.
All right. You guys kind of already alluded to this, but Luka and Tatum have been named players of the month in their respective conferences. Which of these young stars would you rather have leading your team through a playoff run?
Luka.
It's
tough to say because Jason Tatum's already gotten to a finals. I'll defend Ace here. Jason Tatum's already gotten to a finals. He's shown he can get there.
He's gotten to the finals with the Boston Celtics. He was handed a championship roster.
Yeah, Luka's had to turn around the Mavericks. They weren't anything when he got there. Like he built them up to.
He was handed Kyrie Irving. He was handed Jaylen Brown. He was handed Kristaps Porzingis. He's handed all these guys. If he doesn't win anything this year,
all the Mavericks did was take Jalen Brunson away from Luka. You imagine if he was still a Maverick?
Give him Kyrie. He was trying to tell him that the earth is flat in between whistles. It's not going to win a championship.
Yeah. I would rather Luka.
I would definitely rather Luka. I think Luka in 4 years probably going to be the best player in the world. He just keeps getting better and doing what he's doing. We know what he can do. And once he's 24 years old, it's just ridiculous.
He just turned 25.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I only know that because
no disrespect.
I saw it on.
No disrespect to Jason Tatum. Actually, a little disrespect to Jason Tatum, but he's obviously still like a top 5 player in the world too. But give me Luka.
Dude, but like when Tatum's on, he is those guys that I do like watching him. Like,
oh yeah, of course. I'm not saying he's bad. Jason Tatum's a top 5 player in the world probably, but you're not taking
Jokic still your unanimous one.
Yeah, easily. Come on. I don't think anyone who's pushing that. Name who's pushing that. Luka?
I'd probably say right now for me it goes off the top of my head.
Who's your two? That's the only question to ask.
Jokic, Luka, Shai, Tatum. It's harder for me to say who's 5. Like those are my 4.
I don't know, man. Like I don't think it's a clear 4. I don't think Tatum's a clear 4. Giannis?
I'd like to throw Joel
Embiid when he's healthy.
But I can't put him in there right now. He's injured. Like when guys are injured, I take him out of the list.
Okay.
And like you never know when he's gonna play. Like he might not even play this year. Yeah. Are guys like do you think I'm not even throwing them at this 5 spot, but I'm saying like guys like Edwards, Banchero. Like where do those guys come in? Like 10 to 12, or are they top 10 yet?
Edwards is top 10. I wouldn't put Banchero just there just yet. But Edwards definitely deserves top 10 at this point. Like right now,
Duke guys, I like Banchero way more than Tatum because I'm not big on Duke.
I don't watch a lot of the matches. I'm not gonna lie. I see how much of a dog he is. He plays a lot like LeBron, actually, but
they're never. I actually saw something last week. They were on national TV for the first time in 6 years.
Dang.
Yeah, because their best player in the past 6 years has been like Jonathan Isaac. Like nobody wanted to watch.
What's crazy is like their sponsors Disney, ESPN. Like you're telling me ESPN's not like, hey, let's just get the Magic every once in a while. Like
yeah, but the NBA is all about the big names.
I know, but like I was surprised. 6 years they couldn't get one.
I'm trying to think of one big name they've had in the last 6 years.
I think the only reason it was nationally televised was it was the game that Shaq's jersey got retired.
And they're actually good. Like they're good.
Dude, they're good. They were the second-ranked team in the East for a little bit. Now they're like fourth. Like they're hanging around. They're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs, but I mean, I think it's an easy first-round exit.
Yeah, that's like my team in the East. I just like that's who I've kind of attached to in the East, like emotionally. But I think the Bucks are the best team. Like Celtics, we've said that. I don't think Celtics are one at all.
The Celtics are the best team, but they are not going to win. They're not. I just don't. Yeah. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'd have to see before I believe it.
Here's an easy out. The Miami Heat. I think I know obviously they're good in the playoffs. They get in. Once they're in, anything can happen. Playoff Jimmy. People love to bring that up. They'd get who right now? The Cavs, and they might be able to beat the Cavs.
No, they're not.
That's what I mean. I don't think so either.
Do you watch the Cavs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd give the Heat some credit, but like I don't think they'd be. I think they're an easy out. Is the Heat?
I think so too, but
I think those young teams like the Magic, the Thunder, they're scary for certain teams because it's like they're so young and they haven't been there. It's like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I mean the experience definitely goes a long way, I'd say.
I agree. Yeah, you want like a couple pieces on those young teams that has like been there.
Yeah,
which I don't think the Magic or the Cavs really have.
If the Magic had like one, I'm trying to think of somebody that they could have that would just like
even a bet like there was rumors they were going to trade for Klay Thompson. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Klay needs to get the fuck out of Golden State. I think
that's a perfect spot for him. Orlando would be such a perfect spot for him.
He just needs less of a spotlight. And the second he left Golden State, nobody would hear about him for 2 weeks until he was actually shooting like 40% from three. And they're like, oh,
literally, he could go to Orlando and you'd only hear about him when he had a 40-point game.
Yeah. And like I think he would start playing a lot better without all of that media attention that like he can't keep up with Steph anymore. Well, of course not. Steph's doing something that like 5 other players can do in this league. Like play as long as
that's like saying guys can't keep up with LeBron. Like
exactly. Like just because Steph can do this for this long doesn't mean that everybody can. And Klay had ACL and he tore his ACL and everything. Like this guy's getting up there in age. He's had injuries. Like he's not going to play to the ability that he's always been able to. Like their run was like 5 years ago. It ended like 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, 2020, the year they lost this, the year they beat the Celtics. I was like, this is the last time this will happen.
No, but that wasn't the era. Like the era was 2015.
No. I agree. Yeah, I know what you mean. That was like I was surprised they got that 2020, whatever year that was. That
2022 against Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like Steph getting one more ring. I think it was just like wow, okay. Like that's like I don't think LeBron gets another ring. I feel like it's like LeBron getting like that last ring, or like Brady getting that last ring in Tampa. Like, all right, this guy, you're cementing yourself now. Like,
yeah.
Alrighty, let's jump into these couple NBA games here this evening. Starting out, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Houston Rockets. In Houston, the Clippers are the favorite here, 6.5 points. Their money line at -255 and the total at 222.5. What are you guys thinking coming out of this game, this matchup here in Houston?
Mac, have you looked into much of this?
Yeah, Russ is out tonight. I see that. I mean, dude, Houston's a tough take when they're on their home floor. 21.
I kind of like Houston plus the 6.5.
Dude, I mean, they're 7 games under 500, and they're 21-10 on their home floor. They get the job done on their home floor. I mean, I know Clippers have been kind of struggling. No Russ tonight. I mean, they've lost 5. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 or something like that. I could see a cover here. I'm not saying they're going to win this game, even though you could definitely say they're going to win this game too. But I'm high on this Clippers team. You know that, so I don't like to say teams like this can beat them. But they're definitely on a bit of a skid right now. You could have really good value on Houston tonight.
I like Sengun on Houston, so I've been taking the Rockets a couple times, and I do like him plus 6.5. He's coming off a 45-point, 16 rebound game against the Spurs. They were big that him versus Wemby. That's like the little rivalry down there, Houston, San Antonio. But I love Rockets tonight plus the 6.5. I think they're able, like you said, they're good on their home floor. I'm going to take them.
Yeah, and the plus 6.5. I mean, you're giving them 6 points on their home floor. Might as well, right?
I have another leg I like. I might even make like a 2-leg NBA teaser and try to get them like plus 10.5.
With who? Hold on, let me try to guess it.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna build it right now while you're talking.
Trailblazers plus
19.5. No. It's Lakers.
I was gonna think it was the Lakers, but like, what are you gonna do with that?
I hate
the money line.
I don't know. It makes it plus 3. I don't know. It's basically the money line, but you get the Rockets at plus 12.
Yeah, I don't like teasing through 0. You lose value on it. So, did you know that?
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't love the other dogs that enough to tease them. Like I was looking at a couple of these other games. I don't like that Grizzlies Sixers matchup at all. Bulls Jazz and that. Maybe Jazz plus 4 points.
Magic,
Bulls have been kind of
Magic money line.
Huff's all about the Magic.
Yeah, true.
Magic money line. You're not gonna lose to Washington.
Magic money line. What?
Rockets plus 10.
Oh yeah, they're minus 6.5. Yeah, I see what you mean. I do
Rockets
like that.
Plus 12. Yeah, might as well, right? Or minus a half point, I guess.
Yeah, same thing basically. It's minus 1. Plus 12 minus 1 would be minus 110.
Oh, I think we just cooked something up there.
I like that. I might take that.
All right, let's keep it moving here through these NBA games here. The next one, the Milwaukee Bucks heading to Golden State tonight for a 10-10 matchup. Golden State the favorite, just 3 points, minus 152 on the money line, 227.5 on the total. What do you guys got here coming out of Golden State tonight?
Giannis, a game time decision. Is there any news on that, Mackie?
Kind of a sketchy line. Why are the Warriors minus 3.5 against this Bucks team that's won 6 straight, 8-2 in their last 10? I mean, we just saw a Damian Lillard 40-point performance without Giannis to get a nice win.
They must think Giannis isn't playing.
Chris Middleton's out too. I don't know if he's been out recently.
Yeah, I see Middleton out, Giannis game time decision, and that line tells me Giannis isn't playing. Did you see the other night when Giannis played? Or no, when he decided he wasn't playing, the line moved 9.5 points.
Holy crap.
Against the Clippers?
Yeah.
Holy
Or no,
shit.
I forget what game it was. I saw it on Twitter. Let me look at the Bucks' recent games. He missed a game. Maybe it wasn't against the Clippers. Hold on, let me pull up their schedule.
Imagine being that valuable.
It's crazy.
I forget what game it was. The line moved like 8.5 or 9.5 points. It was insane.
I guess did he
not play against the Clippers?
He did not play against the Clippers.
Yeah, he didn't play against the Clippers. Yeah, that line moved insanely once he got rolled out. I think it was 8.5 points. Let me see. Where do you look whenever you're always like the line opened at this and it closed this?
I can't do it before. I can't do it after like the game ended.
Oh damn. When was that game? Was that Monday?
It was this week, yeah.
It said the line closed. The Clippers minus 2.5. I think because it was in Milwaukee. I think it was Bucks minus 6.
6.5 was the open.
Bang, 9 points. I knew it was close. 8.5 or 9 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Lillard dropped 41 on their heads.
Yeah.
See, like if you're able to go a game without Giannis and play the Clippers and still win without even a minute to think about your game plan, I mean, holy shit, this team could be real dangerous. Give me the Bucks tonight. I don't care how public it is.
I'm just so excited to see Dame on a team that's like. I'm just so excited to see Dame on a team that's actually going to go deep in the playoffs.
I mean, he wanted to be faithful so bad. Like I feel like he deserves it, man. Like
the NBA is not that league, yeah.
He went through so much in Portland. Like, let him have something.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Huff. You already kind of talked about this late game a little bit. The Kings and the Lakers in Los Angeles. 2.5 points there for the Lakers, minus 138 on the money line. Total 240 even. What are you thinking out of this one out of LA here? I know you said you might like the Lakers.
Yeah, I like the Lakers minus 2.5. These are games they're going to win. Big game against the Kings. Obviously, Kings have been kind of playing pretty good basketball. I haven't watched too much of them lately. Looking at their games, the most recent games, I like the Lakers here. This is a home game. You have to win this one if you want to make that push towards the playoffs or get a better seed in that play-in tournament or however you want to look at it. These are games you got to win. I like LeBron to come out with a big win tonight.
Listen, you need one of those top 2 seeds in the play-in if you're going to be in the play-in. You don't want to have to win both games. You want to have 2 chances, if anything. And you're sitting there in that 7 seed. These games you definitely have to win. You're on your home floor. I know it says LeBron and AD both game time decision. I think they're game time decision every single game. They're going to play. Give me them. I think they win this game. They got to win this game. These are the games they got to win. D'Angelo Russell cooking up. If he has all the confidence, if they have that shooting going on, you're not going to beat this Lakers team.
I agree.
Awesome. Alrighty, good stuff, boys. I think that's all we got here for our NHL, college basketball, and NBA stuff. You guys got anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, I think that's going to do it. Make sure you stay tuned. Saturday, college basketball live stream. Get some picks out for you there. Podcast coming on Thursday. You're listening to that right now. But other than that, thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys Saturday for the live stream.